We get to North Central. I have been excited, not only because we know that over in the Wimmera we've got Jason Ackermanis running around, but I reckon we've got the most eagerly anticipated game of the season in North Central. Dale Hinkley is with me from the Birchip Watcham Bulls. How are you, Dale?
Yeah, going well, Flowman. There's a lot of excitement this week. After a week off, everyone's pretty keen to get back into it, and some good matches we can preview.
Well, I reckon there is, and keen to get back into it. The week off, you had a bit of sowing and that to do around your farm, and I guess a lot of other blokes too. A bit of rain that's been helpful too for everyone, which has been well received. But the talk everywhere this week has been about this match between two clubs that haven't been against each other for donkey's years, Nullawil, who are up the road from Witcher-Proof Narraport, and in round 6, we're going to have what is going to be one of the most eagerly anticipated country football matches in the year.
Yeah, it is. It looks like to be, the stage is set, and it looks like to be a cracker of a game at Witchy's home deck, Flowman. So, they've got a few locals named back into their side, and, for Nullawil, they're been going along quite well, and have had a bye and also a week off with the league. Not having a work safe in a league round last week. So, we're itching to see the result in this one, and you might have a few key matchups.
I'm going to say this. Ricky Allen's named himself back into the side. And, look, the unofficial mayor of Witcher-Proof, he was trying to line up the Nullawil boys for a twilight game because he had a bit of a theory that you blokes and your game where it was located and the other game that Donald were located in, you might all like to come back and see the second half of the footy.
He was, speaking to him, and he was toying with the idea of a bit of a twilight start for the senior match. Didn't come to fruition for the Demons, but with us and Sea Lake playing down in the southerly end of the Calder, we'll be obviously passing back through, and it would have been a great idea and great turnout to watch this match. But it looks like that they've got both Allens named in this one, Flowman. Coatsworth is back in. They're obviously going to be ready to go in this one, and Bobish, they're 3-1, sitting second, so against third position in Nullawil. It looks like this one can go down to the wire.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it. It's not just the fact that, go back in history here, where you've got these two clubs. Now, only 3 years ago, there was talk about these two clubs coming together and becoming an amalgamated item. No marriage occurred, and so now they're in a standalone, and now, across all grades of football, there's going to be this magnificent matchup. Folk that come out of Nullawil go into Witchy to buy groceries and get to the post office and so on. It's just one of those incredibly good to wait on matches of footy, and I'm looking forward to it. Nullawil are going to come into it, I think, with some excellent young juniors. They're the unknown, and Witcher-Proof will know a little bit about some of those kids because some of those kids have gone backwards and forwards between Witcher-Proof at times to Nullawil and schooling and so forth. So that's the other factor here when the juniors play.
Yeah, they'll definitely know a lot about each other here, and they've done their homework, and they won't hold back this weekend, and they'll both be looking to get those 4 points, and I just think Nullawil will probably get over the line here.
You're going for Nullawil to get over the line. I'm going to just say goals for Thompson's been good for Nullawil. Daniel Watts, another good player. I'm thinking along the lines that they're going to get some depth in their flanks. Humphreys is a good player, the captain. Fawcett, those boys have played in, the two Fawcett boys have played over at Witchy before. So excellent side. But just look out. This is going to be one of the big matches, and we'll have more on it, of course, when the scores come through. But let's go to the other matches now. And this is another cracking game, and it's Donald taking on St Arnaud. Now, Donald are at home. If they can get a win here, they'll push themselves up into contention for that top 4, which is it's going to be pretty tough. There's a bit of a logjam there.
There is at the moment. Wedderburn, ourselves, and Donald are all on 8 points at the moment, Flowman, so just a couple of wins. And Donald do have Sea Lake and Nullawil to come in the remaining rounds until halfway mark. So, they'll definitely be keen to have a really good impact tomorrow. And, they've got Riley Barrack had a slight issue with his hamstring against us, but he's named at the moment. So that's pretty key for them in their back line. And also Ryan Bath and Eddie Landwehr, these local guys stood up for them against us a couple of weeks ago, and we'll need them to do the same against the local team in St Arnaud, which just obviously chipping away at the moment, but they just need to be accountable across all lines of their ground, and hopefully take little wins where they can.
Last time Donald played, they beat you blokes in a bit of an upset at George Cartwright. On that day, they saw the big name recruit that they've got, Sam Dunstan, of course, one of their local boys, but coming back to the club, Ross Young, both of those blokes in absolutely sensational form. So I think they'll win it and win it comfortably in this match. Birchip Watcham, your boys, you have to come up against a Wedderburn side, and at Donaldson Park down there in some wetter conditions that we've had. This will be interesting for you blokes.
Yeah, it will be. Conditions look to be a little wet and windy tomorrow again, Flowman, and it's always a tough hit out against the Redbacks down there. So we're ready to go, and we've got Lockie Surrett coming back into our lineup, which is going to be a great asset to us, to give us a bit more aerial battle strength around the ground, Flowman, and Lockie Foot and Nathan Gordon will be a dangerous combo down the forward line. We hope for us with Ben Edwards is unavailable for the next 2 rounds, so we're hoping to fill the void there. And Lockie Ryan's been in outstanding form for us, so he's going to be into the midfield this week, Flowman, and we're hoping he can get his hands on the ball because he's been using it really well. And on Wedderburn, we're just hoping that hopefully we can just shut down their forward duo in Barnes and Campbell, and make a bit of a fist of it.
I see that back at fullback is Jacob Diarouche, so another one of that famous name out of Wedderburn. Rosengren there in the centre of the ground will have a good battle with Lachlan Ryan. That's going to be a good one. And, of course, in the ruck, Big Adam Postel coming up against Will Marks and Lockie Surrett. It will be worth coming through the gate to have a look at those fellas run around again. And Charlton take on Lake Nandaly at Charlton. I reckon the Tiger boys will fancy this game and could come away big winners.
Yeah, I think Tigers as well for me, Flowman. They just starting to get a few names back into their side, and they're 4-0 and have had their bye, and obviously the league bye last week, so they've had a couple of weeks off. But it can be dangerous sometimes, Flowman. In that first quarter, you can obviously have a bit of a slow start, but they're a pretty good outfit, and obviously with Kane Donnan and Luke Martin back into their back line, I think they'll be pretty solid in defence, and it'll be played fairly well in their forward half, and they'll come away with the chocolates. Yeah,
Billy McGuinness has already kicked a lot of goals this year. He's up to 15 and 6 in his last outing, so he's going to be ready to fire. And you talk about Trent Donnan back to his best Mallee winning medal form there. Young Tom Cox is a good player too. They got some really good kids that are coming through. Charlie Cox is there too. And then the veterans, as we always talk about, Matt Elliott, Bryce Delmenigo, very good player too. And I just think that this complete footy side and going to be hard to beat this year when it gets to the business end of the season. Well, I know that you absolutely would have loved to have been coming home and having a bit of a look at the footy at Witcherproof, but I'm sure we're all going to be looking at our phones and looking at the score as Nulla will take them on. It is a big week in North Central footy after the weekend off. Everyone's back and looking forward to the results coming through, and Dale, looking forward to having you back on next week.
Yep, thank you, Flowman.